Hey, welcome back, rankers. We've finally moved into the new office, closed off the old office over the weekend, worked hard, very sore, but that's okay. We've moved. We've learned a lot this year, and we've radically changed our direction for next year as well. As many of you know, we now focus on revenue as our primary metric, so we don't care about rankings necessarily, we don't care about traffic necessarily. We might in the right context, if it's to achieve a revenue goal, right? So basically focusing on revenue leads you to look at a lot of different things. And one of the things that we've learned this year is that getting results like this, so this is, we've spoken about the Google AI advertising products before, that Avinash Kaushik at the SEMrush Summer Jam in Helsinki was telling us about some of these things. And we're starting to see more of these roll out. And I just wanted to show you this latest one we're trying on a client, and this client basket size is around 250 bucks. They're in the professional equipment industry, I guess you'd call it, and they have only gone to a mobile site about a month ago. But you know, we've only just switched on one of these new AI products, and what we've learned from that is that we need to lift our expectations, because on this site, he's always had about a 1 to 2% conversion rate, and it's been difficult to get that up, an e-commerce conversion rate specifically. Some of these ad products are getting 5-6% conversion rates. That's a 5-fold increase, right? From an ad product using AI. Here's the catch though. That ad product only works really, really well on this site because the site's got good SEO. What? What? How does that work, Jim? Well, glad to ask. Think of it this way. AI is a robot. It needs structure. It needs to understand tables, logical data, all of these things. If you have a site, and obviously the Google Ads bot has to crawl the site too, right? If you have a site that's got a horrible crawl or the bot gets lost, well, that's going to affect these sorts of numbers. Similarly, if you have a site that's full of internal duplication and it's not canonicalized correctly, or it's not no-indexed, or you know the bot shouldn't be crawling it, but you're letting it crawl, whatever it might be, if you've got content that is confusing on that site in your catalog, that's going to affect this. Like we've seen it time and time again when we've taken over a merchant center account, and you see there's a lot of products just not approved, just can't get into, say, Google Shopping. And quite often that's because of the structure of the site. It might be that the site has inconsistent page titles. It might be that the site has duplicate page titles, or page titles too long, things that you would look at for SEO, right? So the sites that we've done SEO on, and then we apply some of the Google AI advertising products, boom, right? The ones where we go and put use some of these new AI ad products on, that where the site hasn't had as much SEO, technical SEO done to it, they don't work as well, right? And so you have to get back and work through those SEO issues. So some of those SEO issues are things like speed, right? That affects the user. But it also affects these products. Brand, right? So the stronger that your brand is, the higher the click-through rate you're going to get in the search results. More often your ad's going to appear, lower cost per click, right? So brand, AI, SEO, paid media, they all come together under one roof, which is the user experience. How does the user encounter your brand? What's the experience when they hit your site? And even after they transact, do you follow up? Like, for instance, if you are an Amazon seller or an eBay seller, does the user know once they've got their product what your store name is, what your brand is, not Amazon or eBay? Right? They're the things you've got to think about. Is there a way to get them back to your website outside of marketplaces? How do you establish that connection with that user long term? And the user experience starts from the moment they find you in the search results or in a backlink or whatever it might be, through to the time that they receive their product. and using the tools of AI, and I mean, those numbers are extraordinary. I mean, that's a 1,200, and some of them we've seen 1,600% return on ad spend, but only on the sites that have got the good SEO done. So, you know, speed, cataloging, all those sorts of things. AI, brand, SEO, paid media, they all come together. So next year, our primary focus is sourcing the sort of e-commerce site we want to work with. And we've established that down to the right niche, the right ideal company structure that we want to work with, where they want to head, what their goals are for next year. It's amazing. We're going through and asking a lot of clients, okay, what are your revenue goals for next year? And for some of them, it's a bit difficult because the site hasn't had that sort of focus. But what we've learned is that if you put that sort of focus on your e-commerce sites, if you put that sort of focus in on what's our revenue goal, how are we going to make it, how are we going to do it, and then do all the other things that we know work with SEO, with PPC, with brand, that's all you need to do. Game over. That's it for this week's show. I hope to see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.